What's up everybody, this is Happy to Game, and today in this video I'm going to be going over my recommendation in terms of what scope beginners should use. Alright, so to save you some time and money, I've pretty much gone through all of the scopes and sites in Escape from Tarkov to try and find out which one I thought was best pretty much in all different circumstances. So for me, the best scope that I recommend for new players is going to be the compact prism 2.5 times magnification. This is what it looks like on the gun. I'm gonna go to mod here and you're gonna see it right here. All right, so how do you get this scope? So you can go to skier at level 2 and you're gonna wanna purchase the compact prism here. It's for 18,900 rubles. And then what you're gonna wanna do for most weapons is you're going to need to purchase the compact mount as well. So in total, this is a 20,000 ruble scope. In terms of value, that's probably the best scope that you're going to get for that price. Obviously, there's other better scopes out there, but they're either double the price or even triple the price. You can also purchase this from the flea market. If you haven't unlocked the flea market yet because you're not level 5, I have a video on how to level up quickly to level 5 so that you can unlock the flea market. Alright, so we're in an offline factory here, and the very first thing is I'm going to go over the pros and cons of this scope. Okay, so the very first thing that I like about the scope, again, is that it's really good in all situations. In close range, obviously it's not the best, but it fares very well. At mid-range, it's the best at mid-range because it's not too magnified, and it's like the perfect, right? Like I consider that to be mid-range, right? And that is like perfect. Again, I'm going to talk about the cost, right? For 20 rubles, that's absolutely amazing value that you're going to be getting. Now let's talk. So those are the two big positives about this scope. Now obviously, because it's a scope, it does take a second to zoom into the actual scope itself, compared to a sight. You know, a sight will zoom in probably double the speed of what you're seeing with this scope, right? So for me, what I found to counter and to help with that is to put a laser onto your weapon, and this way you need to quickly just shoot somebody who's really close range to you, because sometimes you'll have an enemy right close to you, and that 1 second lag or delay of you scoping in could be the death of you, right? So what I like to do is I like to counter the negative or the con of the scope with a laser. Right, so especially in close quarters like this, going like that is not ideal, right? Like scoping in like that is not ideal. So what you want to do instead is have a laser on, so that in very tight situations you can just spray down an enemy, no problem. See if I can give that example. Let me just quickly reload here. Okay, I can hear tiles moving, so someone's in the bathroom with me. So this is like the perfect situation here. Right, so you know, in that situation there, if I had scoped in, you know, and these 4 scavs shot at me while I was scoping in for that 1 second, I probably would have died. Another point that I want to make about that's a con in this scope is it does take a little bit of getting used to how big the reticle is. Do you see how big this reticle is? Right, and then that big circle and the little grid lines, and there's a bunch of dots, right? So it does take a little bit of getting used to. I'm not gonna lie, my first couple of raids that I ran in with this scope, that reticle turned me off because I really like the simple red dots. But once you've gone into a raid a few times with this scope and you get used to that reticle, it's absolutely deadly. Alright, so I told you that I went through pretty much all the sites and all the scopes to figure out which one I thought is the best for beginners and beginners who are on a budget. So the second best alternative for me personally is going to be the Elcan Spectre 1x and 1 and 4 times scope. So here it is. Again, it's going on the flea market for about 28,000, give or take. And this to me was the second alternative if you don't like the prism scope. All right, so that's essentially my take on what I think is the best budget beginner scope for new players. Obviously, you know, try them out yourself and let me know if you agree or not. And if you think that something else is better, please let me know in the comments down below. Again, I'm talking about scopes, not sights. And yeah, if you like the video, make sure you give the video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye now.